Hi everyone and welcome to this new Haywire battle report. In today's video we are going to do Operation Night Shift. An ally unit has been ambushed nearby. Reach them and bring them back to base alive. Place in the middle of the board 2 immobilized light armor vehicles and place next to them 8 local fighter. They can't move more than 6 inches away from the vehicle until a model from the assaulting team reach them and lead them to a board edge. The alert is raised at the start of the game and at least 4 local fighters need to reach a board edge for the mission to be a success. So here we are looking at the favela and we have 2 units of Rebel Fighter, the Qatari 26 for those who are familiar with the Wildlands video game, that wanted to attack this favela, but they are in a they have been let's say they've been ambushed, but yeah, they just attack and now they need our help. I posted on social 3 different options from the infill point, and the one that got the most vote is the Victoria Bitter infill point. The entire team badly scattered on an elo drop. Each member of the assaulting team enter from a random table edge, roll a scatter die for each model. So that's pretty much it. I can control those 8 models in the game. They just can't move away from those vehicles until one guy from my assaulting team, which is right now there, reach them. For my assaulting team, I have those 4 classes: Team Leader, Recon Sniper, Demolition Gunner, and Support. I have those 2 support actions, so the Swarm and the Rally Cry. And that's pretty much it. So the alert is raised at the start, meaning at the end of each turn there will be some new reinforcement that arrive on a random spawn point. So now let's pick our team. Let's actually define where each model starts. So for each of them I'm going to do on this order, first row and second row. I'm just going to roll a simple scatter dice to define on which table head it will appear. For example, this one here will appear, if we look at the dice, roughly over there. Next one, oh, that one, that one will be, yeah, let's say she arrive right there behind the truck. It will be a pain to film, of course, but that's the game. Another one arrive right there. That one is a bummer because he spawned right in front of an enemy threat token, and there are some other nearby. Next one we have this guy. He arrived from, let's put it here, there. Next one, he arrived, oh, this one is great because he arrived next to another one. So there is 2 models arriving here. You know what, I'm just going to remove that vehicle so it's a bit easier for me to film. And the last one, okay, not too far from the one on the right here, but still in the tree line just behind that red threat token here. So yeah, that's not the best infill point ever because they are all scattered in different places. It will be a bit of a struggle to manipulate all of those. So I might just pause the camera when I'm doing move action with all of them. So now that's done, let's reveal some of those threat tokens we have in line of sight. Okay, so let's grab a dice. I'm going to start with this one here. This one is a 12. I'm going to mark them, and after that I'm going to place all the enemies. This one here. This one is a 16, so already at least 4 enemies. Next, this one in front of the sniper. Oh, this one is a 18. 18 is the... No, it's 3 Soldado. No, I thought it was the enemy leader, but no, it's not. What else I have in line of sight? So just for the sake of gameplay, I'm going to assume that those bays here, I can't see at all through them. so they will need to go around, and once they go around, they will have line of sight. So next, yeah, there is one over here. This one is a 5, so this one is nothing. We can remove it right away. Which one I still have in line of sight? So on this side. So my two guys here have, actually they have a couple of line of sight. So this one here and this one there. So starting with this one. Oh, we have another 18. And that one here. That one is a 1, so nothing on this one. Do we still have some in line of sight? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So let's place down all those cartel soldiers. So that's it. I have 3 soldado here, 3 soldado on the right side. There is 3 soldado here in the middle, plus 1 sniper on the top, and another soldado behind the sandbag. So that's it for the enemy that spawn right now. Something I forget to mention in actually that mission is that, like here we are starting with 8 models from the rebels plus 6 model on our side, so that's a lot of model, and to not make it that much easy, I'm going to assume that since those guys here has been ambushed, I'm going just to skip their turn in that first turn. So I'm going to start by playing with my models, but right after it will be the cartel force, and I'm going to not play with the rebels, at least for turn 1. When I will do an update of the rules, I'm just going to write that on the setup of the night shift operation. And if you are wondering, once I do this update, for people that already printed the card, I'm going just to do an errata sheet with a separate PDF where you have all the card that has been updated, so you don't need to print all of them again, just the one that has been fixed. So that's it. Now let's jump onto, all the setup is done. We can jump onto the player phase. So, first thing I want to try to get out of the situation is here my sniper is just fighting 3 soldado with more to come on the back here and on the back there. So, actually, you know what? This token here has also line of sight on this one, so let's reveal what we have on that token. We have a tree, so the tree is actually nothing, so we can remove that one. So now what I'm going to do, I need to lay down some fire, so I'm going to use my first action to move here, and second action to fire at the first soldado. Yeah, we are joined by somebody today. So, that soldado is not in cover, he doesn't have any body armor. I'm with my sniper here, I need to do a simple 5+. Let's pick the table for the weapons. So here he's using M1010, so sniper rifle. Between 0 and 6 inches, I only roll 1 dice. If the target is further, I could use the scope to have a second dice, but yeah, it's pretty close, so only 1 single dice. I need to roll a 5+. And it's a 15, first target here is killed. I can't do anything else with that model, I use his 2 action points, so let's move on to my team leader here. My team leader will move up to here on the side of the truck, still in cover. Let's see his line of sight. So he can... Oh, damn. Oh, damn. So, pretty bad... pretty bad mistake. I should have targeted another model with my sniper, so the team leader could have focused on the first one. But yeah, I can barely see the enemy, but I can still see him. So team leader is here, the enemy is behind cover, so I hit him on a 9+. Oh, it's still a 15. That's enough to kill this guy. So that's it on that front. Now let's have a look at the back. The back, I have my guy with the rocket launcher. Here my demolition is pretty close to that token, but he can't see it. Again, as I mentioned, those tile here, I'm going to assume you can't see through, so you have to move around. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move a bit on the left to gain line of sight on the token, and I'm going to do a roll to reveal what we have on it. Oh, we have a 18! Oh! 18 mean 3 soldado there. So let's place down those 3 soldado. So here, I just move my demolition guy, he just moved toward those 3 guys. He doesn't have a lot of option to deal with 3 guys at once. He will just throw a grenade. He will throw a frag grenade exactly in the middle of them. So here we are talking about 1, 2, sorry if it's a bit far from me, so a bit struggling to film. So 1, 2, 3, 4... between 4 and 5 inch. So let me pick the grenade roll. So between 3 to 6 you use the easy combat stat. So basically here I need to score 5+ for the grenade to land where I want, and I score 17. The frag grenade land exactly in the middle of the 3 guys. Frag grenade hit on a 7+. For those who are following the channel and saw some of the other video, I forget to do that in some of my previous video. But indeed, for every enemy model, when they are in the blast radius of a frag grenade, they are only hit on a 7+. So I'm going to do them in this order, so white, yellow, and gray. So the white one, 14+ is killed, yellow one, 70+ is killed, and the gray one, it's a 9, so they are all killed. They were pretty close anyway, so those 3 are killed by the frag grenade. I'm starting to be lucky in this first turn. So now I'm going to take this guy here. This guy has 3 enemy in line of sight. Well, he's going to fire right away. This guy here is my super class. He have the suppressive fire ability, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to fire right away to take down some of those enemies. So he's equipped with a light or medium machine gun. Here I'm going to roll 2 dice. All the enemies are not in cover, no body armor, so just rolling 2 dice, hitting on a 5+. Oh! 4 and 1! 4 and 1, so I miss my first action. What are the odds? Ha! Okay, second shot. 3, boo! But the 12. Okay, the 12 still managed to hit this one here. Oh, damn, didn't plan that. So here we activated those guys. I still have those 2 that needs to be activated, but it will be a struggle to film. So let me pause the camera and have some thoughts on what I want to do with them. Okay, so what I will do is that the female operator on the back, she will enter Overwatch facing the front of the church, because there are 1 and 2 threat tokens over there, so if they move toward here, yeah, it can be dangerous. Plus there is 2 different spawn points, so 4 actually, there is a 4 point here as well. So let's do that. What's the other class? The gunner. The gunner that is in front will fire at 1 model here, and if he kills one, he's going to fire at the second one, though they are in cover, so he hits them on a 9+, targeting the first one. A 12 and a 7, the 12 hit the enemy, and the second one, 15 and 13, yeah, that's enough to kill 2 of those cartel soldado. Okay, so not too bad for a first turn. Like I mentioned, not going to activate those rebels. I'm going to activate them in the following turn. We can jump onto the enemy phase. So the enemy phase, I'm going to start with the most easy. So this one here will target the guy just in front of him. So let me pick the card for the cartel. So the Teniente, Sicario, Halcon, Balachero, Soldado, the most basic one. Soldado, is there an enemy in line of sight? Yes, proceed to step 2. Is the Soldado in cover? Yes, use 2 action points to do 2 combat action. That cartel Soldado is equipped with an assault rifle. You will target the closest target, which is this one. He's in cover, so he will do 2 action. Well, let's do a first action. He will target the rebel just in front of him, and since it is within 6 inches, he rolls 2 dice. That rebel doesn't have any body armor, so he basically hit him on a 11+, with 2 dice because he's pretty close. And that's a 19, so here we have a first injury on that, damn it. On that rebel. So now he's going to use his second action point to do another combat action. 1 and 15 is enough to down that rebel here. So the rebel here is down. Going to put him on the side. Next, the sniper, which is above here. The sniper, he should be targeting also some of those folks, some of those rebels that he's attacking. The closest threat he can see, I'm going to assume that he could target some of those, but they are in cover, so we'll target this one instead, who is not in cover from his point of view. I'm a bit house ruling some stuff just so it makes more sense maybe, because here those guys, they are just in good cover from his point of view up there, so he's just taking the most easy target to fire at. So the sniper, let me pick the sniper card, the Halcon. Is there an enemy in line of sight? Yes, and the Halcon has 2 action points. Use 2 action points to do 2 combat action. He's equipped with the sniper rifle with a scope, so he can roll 2 dice, and he hits on a 8+. Yes, 8+. 14 and 13, the first target is hit using the second action point, and the target is down. So here we have another guy that is down. Next, I'm going to activate this cartel Soldado here. He can't can he see? It's a bit hard to say if he can see. I think he's maybe a bit too... Hey, you know what? Actually, I'm not sure who he should be targeting. I think he should be targeting my guy because I'm the closest. So he will move up to here to take a good firing position, and he will fire at my guy. He is... From base to base, let's say he is within 6 inches, so he's going to roll 2 dice. I have a body armor, and I am behind this small parapet, so it's pretty hard to hit me. He only hits me on a 18+. 13 plus 8 is not hitting me, though he's still inflicting me 2 suppression points. I'm going to mark those suppression points with that yellow dice. Now that's done, here we have this action. So this guy here is getting closer to the wall to take some cover. He's firing 2 dice at me, hitting me on a 18+ again. Oh, a 20! A 20! Oh, damn it, like the last game. So something I want to change is actually that rule of 20. I don't want it to be a headshot anymore. I just want the 20 to inflict either 2 points of damage, so you are placed in a down state, or another rule that I thought based on some feedback from the Discord is that if you roll a 20 and you don't have a helmet, it's the same, it's a headshot and you are killed. But if your operator has an helmet, the bullet maybe do a ricochet, but you still get to 2 damage points, and you are still put in a down state. So basically, equipping a helmet will just prevent the automatic kill, though I'm not sure yet. For now, I will try this game to just put me as a down state, so I'm down, can't do anything else. I don't have any medic in this game. I can still revive, so I will be back up on my feet with 1 action point left, but that will be it. But we'll see. Just going to test that rule with you guys. Let me know in the comment what you think. I just found that the kill shot on the 20 is a bit too punishing, and still, like, inflicting 2 points of damage can still be a pain in the ass, because I need to bring now a model here to put him back on his feet. That will take me a few turns. Healing also take a lot of time, so yeah, it's still pretty bad as a situation. So let me know what you think. So now, next, we have those two here. Those two, the closest target is actually my guy on the left, and they can both see me. So this one can definitely see me without any cover. So this one is turning and is firing. He is so this one is not within 6 inches. So he's going to fire once per action point. He has 2 action points, so I'm rolling 2 dice at once, hitting me. I'm not in cover, so he's hitting me on a 15 plus. Oh my god. Okay, another 20, another operator down. Okay. Damn. Now, so this guy is in cover, so he will fire at those guys here. He will use his 2 action points to do 2 combat action. Yeah, targeting the... Yeah, let's say he's targeting the sniper, maybe he's a bit more dangerous. The sniper. So they are not in cover, no body armor, is hitting them on a 11 plus. First shot hit him, second shot is a miss. So this sniper here is injured. So now what's next? No, I have activated the sniper. So that's pretty much it for the reveal up for model. We jump onto the threat token. So the first threat token here is this one. This one is moving 6 inches toward the closest enemy. So here he's arriving roughly here. Seeing my guy, so we can reveal what we have here. Oh, we have a 13. Soldado and Sanguinario. We never played again the Sanguinario yet. Oh. So the Soldado, we are familiar with this guy, just a basic rifleman with an assault rifle. The Sanguinario is another thing. So that's one of my Sanguinario, equipped with a light machine gun. So now they see my team leader, they can now be activated. Let's activate actually the Sanguinario first, where he is. Of course, it's the last card. Sanguinario, he has 2 abilities, Blind Fire and Machete. If this model starts his turn within 12 inches of an enemy model, is it the case? No, it's not, so we don't need to read that rule. But basically, you have a machete, and you can do some damage up close. So now, let's have a look at the Sanguinario behavior. Is there an enemy within 12 inches? No. Jumping to question number 2. Are there 2 enemies or more in line of sight? No, there is just 1 enemy in line of sight. Proceed to step 3. Step 3. Is there an enemy in line of sight? Yes, and the Sanguinario has 2 action points. Use 2 action points to do 2 combat action at the closest target. So he's even not trying to seek cover, he will just lay down some suppressive fire. So he's equipped with a light machine gun. It rolls 2 dice per combat action, and since here he's doing 2 actions, that's a total of 4 dice. I am in cover with a body armor, so he can only hit me on a 18 plus. And of course we have a 18 and a 19, so 2 shot hits me. I am down. Okay, turn 1, 3 operator down. Oh my god. Okay, though, so that infill point was really a terrible decision, and thanks everyone for voting to this infill point, really. I would have preferred a little bird approach. So next we have this threat token here. This threat token move to the closest target, which is those guy. He move here. Here we can reveal what we have on that threat token. Another group of enemy. I roll a 16. 16 is again 3 soldado. Of course, we don't have enough enemy on the board. This game is crazy. Like in the early turn, usually I don't have a lot of enemy to fight. And especially not like group of 3 enemies. It's super rare on turn 1 to have that much enemies. Yeah, really not lucky this game. So yeah, those 3 soldado, they can be activated. So this one, yeah, we'll just move here so we gain a bit of cover. Let's just remove a bit of the scenery, just up. He's moving here, firing at the closest target. One shot hitting him on an 11 plus, and it's a 9, so no hit. I'm just going to assume that those 3 soldado are going to stay there firing at the same target, hitting him also on a 11 plus, so 2 and 10. He's not hit, though he received 3 suppression points. He is now suppressed. Next, we have still 2 threat tokens here to activate. That first one is going to be moving towards my group here. So let's see what we have. 30, no, crazy again. Soldado and another Sanguinario, so another light machine gun. Which one I'm going to pick? I have 3 gunner, so that's going to be this one. And another Soldado. Oh, of course, of course. So, the machine gunner, the Sanguinario, we know the rule now. Okay, that first, yeah, I was about to say he's going to fire, but no, first I'm going to trigger the Overwatch from my recon operator. Oh, that's interesting. I forget about that rule. He has the steady hand rule. If this model didn't move this turn, he may reroll 1 dice on any combat action. So since I'm doing an Overwatch fire, it's a combat, I can reroll. That's great. So let's first do the Overwatch shot. I hit this target on 5 plus. Yeah, just remember, this that guy here doesn't have any body armor, he's in the open, so yeah, I hit him on a 5 plus. 17, okay, so the Sanguinario is killed. And I alert when a focal... no. Yeah, the second action, I don't need it here. But still, the Soldado can be activated, so he just move. Well, it was part of the threat token movement, so now he can be activated. He has 2 guy in line of sight, he can do 2 combat action, and yeah, he hits on... I am not in cover, as you can see here, I am really in the open. The Soldado hit on a 15 plus. 15, of course, 115. So 115, my guy here is pinned, is injured, and he has received 2 more shots, so it have a total of 4 suppression points, so next turn basically he can't do anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Next turn he really can't do anything. He lost 1 action point because he's injured, and he lost the second action point because he's suppressed. So, there is only 1 threat token left, which is the one next to those 2 buildings. When the last token is on the board, and if the enemy leader has not been revealed, this will be the enemy leader. And the enemy leader spawn with 3 soldado. So I'm going to take 3 soldado. 1, 2, I don't even have enough soldado. So that's going to be my enemy leader right there. So the enemy leader is here. Let's have a look at the card for the enemy leader. Is the enemy leader in cover? No. Use an action point to move to closest cover. And after that, he enters Overwatch, and basically everybody else is entering Overwatch. So here, I just moved them here. So those two on the top part are looking at those, and here the enemy leader is there. They are all in Overwatch. They won't be moving until the end of the game. So that's it for the end of the first turn. Damn. Oh. At the end of the first turn, we jump onto the spawn phase. Of course, we don't have enough enemy. So the spawn phase, you know what? For this game, I'm going to roll a dice to define in for how many turns new reinforcement will arrive, because I don't want to have an endless wave of enemy reinforcement. So here, of course, so for 6 turns, the highest number we could get, for 6 turns we have enemy that will arrive on the board. Now let's check what spawn on the board first. Oh, that's a 7, so this is great. It should be a civilian, but yeah, we can skip that, so at least this is great. This turn, no new automatic reinforcement arrive, but the enemy leader can still call a support. So let's call and see what he calls, and it's a 17. A human shield support action. Place a group of 3 civilians up to 6 inches from an objective in a random direction and place in the middle of a group a Sicario. Of course, so grabbing one of my Sicario here. And the objective, we know the objective is to save those rebels here. So I'm going to grab 3 civilians, and now I need to place this Sicario up to 6. So I will, basically, let's say there is a door on the back of that building. That Sicario is getting out with all those civilians around him. So it will be, just using them as a human shield. Oh my god. Okay, so that's the end of the first turn. We can jump onto the next turn. One last thing I forget to do actually is when a model is down, you need to roll a dice that will define in how many turns you will bleed out. So basically here, oh well, my team leader is dead in 1 turn anyway. This one will be dead in 3 turns, and that one will be dead in 2 turns. So that defines basically the level of the injury. This is an optional rule. You can completely skip it. The models can stay down as long as you want. This is just an additional rule to add a bit more of a rush to take care of the casualty before they are completely killed and removed from play. So those I will never manage to reach them because my team is too scattered around. This one, if it was a higher number, I could try to get to him with this model here, but here 2 turns, I'm pretty sure I will never manage to reach that one. That leaves me basically with just 2 models to play on this turn. So yeah, we'll see how this ends up. So let's indeed now jump onto that next turn. Next turn we start by a Fog of War card. It's a 5, no Fog of War event this turn. So now let's have a look at what we want to do. So like I mentioned, we have 2 operators, plus we can now control those guys, but I'm going to activate the operators first. So this model here, he can move 6 inches up to here. So we reach roughly this position. He's equipped with rocket launcher. So rocket launcher and a grenade launcher. So I might be using the rocket launcher actually. Oh, wait one. Yeah, no, it's too far. Within 6 inch. Yeah, you know what? I will fire a rocket here at this point. I'm doing that because the Sicario that is here is in Overwatch and he will start to fire at all my guys over here when they will move. But my demolition specialist here is equipped with a rocket launcher and he has the shockwave ability. Enemy model within 6 inch of the point of impact and in line of sight of that point are suppressed. So he will, well, suppress, that means he will get only 3 points of suppression. That still means he can fire, but can only fire once. Well, in Overwatch, he can only fire once anyway. That won't solve all my issue, but if I can take those 3 guys out, that will be 3 enemy fighter less to deal with. So let's do that. So let me pick the rule for using a launcher. Where it is. So here, my demolition guy is targeting the guy with the yellow shirt. He's behind cover, so I'm using the 9+ roll. So let's roll that. And yes, 15. So the rocket land exactly on him. Sorry about him. It explodes. The grenade has the rocket launcher use the frag 2 inch. Frag 2 inch, that means, where is the fragmentation rule? Every model within the blast radius are hit on a 7+. So I'm going to assume that the first one is automatically killed. It's not written in the rule, but it may be something I add, just to explain that, yeah, if the rocket, the grenade land exactly on an enemy model, it should be, yeah, automatically killed. Now for the 2 other, I'm going to roll 2 dice, they are killed on a 7+. 16, 19, they are both killed. So I can't do anything else now with my, my Special Force operator. I'm going to start to activate some of those rebels. So here I have the sniper, he will fire at that one here, who is in the open. Where I don't have the card yet for the, where it is. It should be at the end. It's the local fighter here. Okay, so here I have the local fighter. I'm going to place it here. He's targeting a model in the open with no body armor. He hit him on a 11+. He's equipped with a sniper rifle. And it's actually outside of 6 inches, so he can benefit from 1 additional dice when targeting that enemy model, hitting him on a 11+. Ah! 7 and 1, that's a miss. Yeah, since he was injured, we can say that, yeah, he was injured and that's maybe why he missed his shots. Oh, by the way, one thing I forget is that the Sicario that is over here is suppressed to 3 suppression points on him. So now, what do we want to do? I need to take care of those 2 guys here. So this guy, I'm going to activate it, firing at the first one. Only 1 dice, hitting him on a 11+. It's a 7, that's a miss. Using his second action point. And a 9, oh my god. So, sniper rifle, each dice inflict 2 suppression points. So I rolled 2 dice, so that's a total of 4 suppression points, plus the 2 I just rolled from the second guy, that's a total of 6 suppression points. So this guy is pinned, he can't do anything else this turn. So I can focus on somebody else now. Here I'm going to activate this one here. I'm going to turn and target that one. That one is a bit in cover, so let's do the targeting roll. He's within 6, so 2 dice hitting on a 15 plus. 4 and 11, both are missed using his second action point. 3 and 8, those are also 2 a miss, but he receives a total of 4 suppression points. Now what we are going to do? What we are going to do? Those rebels are really not good. Really not good. This guy here is going to turn, triggering the Overwatch shot from the Sicario. Sicario is firing in Overwatch. Where is the Sicario Artiero? Halcon Sanguino Soldado. Sicario. The enemy is in the open, no body armor, he hits him on a 8 plus with 2 dice because, yeah, 12 and 5. This one is killed. So we only have 5 models alive for the rebels. That start to suck. But yeah, since the beginning, this mission was Fupudav. So next, what I'm going to do? I still have 2 rebels I can activate. I have the sniper on top that we need to take care of. Plus, you know what? I'm going to activate the female operator on the back. She will target the soldado here. She will target him, so yeah, 1 simple dice is in cover, hitting him on a 9 plus, that's a 5 of course, using the second action point to also target him, and that's a 13, that's better, so this one is killed. The automatic, the gunner in front, I can't do anything with him since he's injured and suppressed. So now what else? I have still 2 rebels I can activate. This one here is behind cover. You have the sniper in line of sight. He will fire at the sniper. So the sniper is in cover, so he hit him on a 15 plus. First action is a miss. Second action, oh yes, 16, yes. Finally a bit of luck. So the sniper is killed. And I have only this one left. This one is going to enter the favela because I want to remove a bit of pressure on those 2. So let's pick my ruler. He's going to just climb on top of the MV and move roughly 4 inches into the favela up to here, and he's going to fire at the guy from the rear. He used his last action point, but since he's within 6 inches, he rolled 2 dice, and the enemy is not in cover, so he hit him on a 11 plus. Yes, 13. So that cartel soldado here is killed. So this is great. I don't have any more rebel to activate. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for my turn. We jump onto the enemy turn. So first thing is that the Sicario that is here will enter Overwatch. Next we have those model here. This one receives 6 points of suppression. He can't do anything else this turn, though the one next to him can be activated. He is already behind some cover, so he can use his 2 action points to do 2 combat action. Again, this is all written on the Soldado card, but the Soldado is the most common enemy, and after playing a couple of turns, you will remember its behavior. So here he's in cover, he will just fire at the closest target. If at some point you can't decide, right now it's pretty much the same distance between those two, so I'm going to roll 1.3 the sniper, 456 the other, so it's going to be the other. So he's doing 2 combat action. The enemy is no body armor, no cover. So first combat action, he is hitting on a 11 plus, 17, that's a hit. Second action point, and it's a 2, so the second action point is a miss. My guy here, the rebel, is still injured, and he received a total of 2 suppression points. So that's it for this Cartel Soldado. On this side, oh no, actually there is also this one that can be activated. I forget about that one. So that one, he has 4 suppression points, as you can see here by the small dice. But so that he can still use 1 action point. He will target the closest target, which is this one. 2 dice hitting on a 11 plus, a 6 and a 2. Both shots miss the target, that's perfect. So now, all the guys that are here, they follow the leader behavior, the Teniente behavior. The Teniente will stay in cover, he is not roaming around trying to find the fight, he's just staying in cover and calling backup. So basically, is the Teniente in cover? Yes, proceed to step 2. Is there an enemy line of sight? No. Use an action point to enter Overwatch facing the closest target. And all the Cartel Soldado with him do the same thing. So basically the closest target here, it used to be that guy, now it's yeah, probably those, so they are just facing the right here. Now the last Cartel Cartel guy that are still present on the board are those one over here. So let's grab the card for the Sanguinario, the guy with the machine gun. Is there an enemy within 12? No. Are there 2 enemies or more in line of sight? No. Is there an enemy in line of sight? No. Use 1 action point to move up to 6 inches toward the closest enemy and proceed back to step 3. So moving up to 6 inches toward the closest enemy, that will bring this guy over here. And now we read back the sentence 3. Is there an enemy in line of sight this time? Yes. And the Sanguinario has 1 action point remaining. Use 1 action point to do 1 combat action at the closest target. The closest target is this one over here. So I'm going to do 1 combat action. Since he's using an LMG, a light machine gun, I'm going to roll 2 dice. Again, this is defined here. Light machine gun, you always roll 2 dices. And the rebel here on the back is behind some cover. There is the concrete barrier and the car, so behind some cover. The Sanguinario here is hitting on a 15 plus. 11 and 10, both shot miss, but there is a but. The light machine gun, each dice inflict 2 suppression points. So I roll 2 dice, that's a total of 4 suppression points. Plus the 2 I have, that's a total of 6 suppression points. This rebel, he first is injured, and on top of that, he's sorry for the sound, he's suppressed, so he can't do anything else. Now I'm going to activate the 2 Soldado. They are doing the same. They are both moving here and firing at the closest target, which is actually the same guy. So I'm going to roll both combat action for both Soldado at the same time. They also hit on a Soldado. They also hit on a 15 plus because he's still in cover. So 12 and 10. Both shots miss, and he already reached his max level of suppression, so yeah, nothing else happened. So that's it for the enemy phase. We jump onto the spawn phase. So first, a group of enemies spawn on a random spawn point. So 15 spawn on point number 3. So 15 is, we are at the threat level 2, 15 is one artillero. The artillero, first time we are seeing him on the battle, it's this little guy here with the rocket launcher. Yeah, rocket launcher is not super straight. That's better. So one rocket launcher plus one soldado, that's those two, they arrive on spawn point number 3, which is over here. In addition to that, the enemy leader will call some reinforcement. So yeah, let's roll one dice. A 14, oh damn, a 14 is 2 new group of enemies. So I'm going to roll that dice 2 more times and new group will arrive on random spawn point. Oh, this, I'm lucky. Here, another 1, so a 1 is nothing, and the second group is a 5, perfect. A 5 is a civilian, so I'm just going to skip that. So that's great. Not a lot of enemy added this at the end of this turn, and most importantly, no crazy cartel support that happen. We can jump onto the next turn. Next turn, start with a Fog of War card on a 5. On a no, we have a Fog of War. Ah, sorry. Compromised. An Up-4 soldier is hiding in the civilian population and discover your force. Select a random civilian that has line of sight on one of your soldiers and replace him with an enemy model. If no civilian model is present, this model is place this model in a random building at a window looking at one of your model. Okay, so one civilian is actually a soldado, and the only civilian that I placed, so I should have placed a bit more probably at the start of the game, but yeah, the only civilian that we have here is one of those, so I'm going to place one soldado there. Okay, so yeah, one more here, that's nice. Anyway, so that's it for the Fog of War. We jump onto the player phase. Player phase. The biggest threat here is this group of 3 guys that I need to deal with. But actually first, let's remove some of those suppressions. So this I can remove. And I am also not anymore suppressed on this side. So this guy here can use can do some stuff this turn. And yeah, this one is not suppressed anymore, and this one either. Yeah, I can basically remove all the suppression points except on this one, because those just happen in the previous turn. So the first thing I want to deal with is this group, and I have my guy on the back with a rocket launcher. So let's maybe use the rocket launcher another time. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to target the Sanguinario with the rocket launcher. Again, it's an easy shot since I can fully see him. I need to score a 5+, and that's a 15. The rocket land exactly where I want. The problem is that, yeah, so this one, I'm going to remove him out of the game. That one is within the blast radius. Is it on a 7+? Ah, that's a 2. Damn, that's a 2. So when models that survive the explosion and models that are located within 3 inch and in line of sight of the explosion suffer 3 suppression points. So this guy suffers 3 suppression points. This guy also suffers 3 suppression points. And I completely forget to do one thing. I'm silly, because using a rocket launcher and a model turn, so I should have first do something with my guy, move or fire, and after that only use the rocket launcher. But yeah, that's it. I completely forget about that. I'm going to leave it as is. Damn it. So that's it for this guy. Now on this side, my guy with the light machine gun is going to turn facing this direction, is going to enter Overwatch. Next, I'm going to activate my recon. Just trying to remember the recon, steady, and if this model didn't move this turn, he may reroll 1 dice on any combat action. Yeah, I'm not sure. No, yeah, not interested in that at the moment. So I'm going to move, to do 1 move action, going to go down on that platform and go. Basically here we have some stairs, so I'm going behind. Here we have some stairs. So I'm just going to go down this way. So here my recon just moved here. She used her 2 action points to do that movement. Next I'm going to grab this guy here. He's going to move above. He just move there. On this side, he can't. So the Sicario that is here, he have a 180-degree line of sight, so he's looking on the right, but that's just outside of his line of sight. So he's going to try to target that Sicario. He's not in cover, he have a pretty good line of sight, but the Sicario has a body armor, so the local fighter hit him on a 15 plus, and it's a 8, of course. It's a 8, so it's a miss. Sicario get 1 suppression point, but yeah, that's not sure we need to mark that. So I activated all my special force operator. Now what else? The sniper here, he will target this guy with his first action point. 2 dice. He hits on 11 plus. 20. Okay, perfect. So this guy here is killed. Second action point. Oh no, he doesn't have any second action point because he is injured. So now moving on to this side, this guy here will target that one. He's within 6, so 2 dices. That guy is not behind cover, so he hit him on a 11 plus. 14, perfect. 14, he is killed. Next, next, I only have 1 guy to activate. It's this one, and if I activate him, the Sicario he is in Overwatch is going to fire. So you know what? I'm just going to not activate him, and we'll see what happens. The Sicario won't be activated, at least. That's great. But this Soldado will try to fire. But yeah, at least, yeah. Sicario has better shooting stats, so I can avoid that. So that's it for this turn. We jump, for my turn, we jump, for my phase, we jump onto the up 4 phase. Up 4 phase, the Soldado here is moving to closest cover, so he's moving right here, firing at this model. Using 2 dices, he's hitting on a 11 plus, and it's a 17, another injury. And he received 2 suppression points. Next, it's going to be, yeah, those 2 here. They only have 1 action point left. They can see enemies. So let's actually grab the rule. Is there an enemy in line of sight? Yes, and the Soldado has 1 action point. Yeah, they will both fire at the closest target, which is the guy that is crouched. So the first one will target him. Hitting him is behind cover, so it hits him on a 15 plus, so that's a miss. Second one is firing, that's a 7, that's also a miss. So here, this one, I can remove actually the suppression that happened last turn, and that's the suppression happening this turn, only 2 dice. We have this one here, this one, it just don't move as well, he's going to fire. 1, 2, 3, sniper, 4, 5, 6, the other. It's again the other, damn. People don't like that guy. So yeah, first dice is hitting on a 15 plus. It's a 1, that's a miss. Second dice, and it's a 4. Nobody like him, but he's a tough one. He's a tough one. 4 suppression points, and since he's injured, he won't be able to do anything else this turn. So that's it on this side. Now we jump onto those 2 guys here. So let's grab actually the card for the Artillero. Never played with, well, I played with that one, but it was a very long time ago. Is there an enemy in line of sight? No. Use one action point to move up to 6 inches toward the closest enemy. So let's just to define which I'm going to activate first. No, actually, yeah, I'm going to activate the Soldado first. That's the closest one. So he's going to move up to 6 inches. So first 1 inch on the side plus. Oh, that's great. It's not enough to reach me. So Soldado is moving. And I think the Soldado, after his moves, if he doesn't have line of sight, he enters Overwatch. Is there an enemy in line of sight? No, and he has 2 action points. Yeah, he's entering Overwatch. So the Soldado here enters Overwatch. The Sanguinario, not the Sanguinario, the Artillero. Once he moves, is there another enemy in line of sight? He just do a second move. So the Artillero is going to do a first move. Actually, you know what? The first move, bring him in line of sight of me, triggering my Overwatch shot. So the Artillero is in cover, so I hit him on a 9+, rolling 2 dices. Because I have a light machine gun. I have some ability with the gunner. When firing a machine gun, this unit may spread the 2 combat dice on 2 different targets. So I'm not interested in that. And the beaten zone, fire at all visible up for model. Yeah, I'm not interested in that right now. So just rolling 2 dices and I have a 19. 19 is perfect and kill the Artillero. So that's it. For the enemy. The group that is with the leader don't do anything. We jump onto the spawn phase. Spawn phase, first group of enemies spawn. So we are at the threat level 3, by the way. Threat level 3, we have a 14 spawning on point number 5. So a Soldado and a Sicario. So let me grab a Sicario. So that's going to be my new Sicario. Plus a Soldado spawning on spawn point number 5. It's over here, so that's on top. I always place the token on top to be able to see them easily, but they spawn at the ground floor where there is a door actually. So that's it. There. Yeah, so now the enemy leader will come some reinforcement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, yes! Reinforcement, 1 to 6, nothing happened this turn. The enemy leader didn't manage to reach anybody. So that's it for this turn. Yeah, we still might have a chance. We have a lot of people injured, but there is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rebel soldier alive. So we still might, yeah, save them and accomplish the mission. So let's jump onto the next turn. Okay, so next turn we start with a new Fog of War card on a 6 and a 2, no Fog of War even this turn. First thing I'm going to do right at the start is try to take care of that Sicario, and I want to do that with my recon operator over here. So she's going to move 6 inches next to the other rebel fighter here, and from there she's going to target the Sicario. Am I within 6? I am not within 6, so I only have 1 dice. That's move this turn, high alert. Yeah, I only have 1 chance and I hit on a 9+. Oh yes, it's a 16. A 16, I kill that Sicario. Perfect. Next, well, I'm going to activate the rebel that is here to try to kill that enemy Soldado. I am within 6, so I will roll 2 dice for my first combat action. And I am here, the enemy is in cover, so I hit him on a 15+. And a 17 I have here, so this enemy here is killed. Next. So this one is injured, you only have 1 action point to use. On who is going to fire? So actually those suppression points I can remove them. Can remove that and that as well. Yeah, he's going to fire at the one in cover over here. That's the easiest target for him. So 2 dice, the enemy is in cover, he hit him on a 15 plus. Now, of course, 8 and 11. That's again a miss. He still receives 4 suppression points. Now, what next? So this one is injured and is injured and he has 4 suppression points. He can't do anything. This one is injured and you only have 2 suppression points, so he can use 1 action point to do something. But something, what he's going to do? He's going to just move up to here, so next turn he might try to fire at some enemies if he's not killed. And yeah, I have still one more, just in the middle of the screen, one more rebel over there that can do some stuff. But he's pretty far from the action. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move him over here. From there, just above the wall, he can see this model here, so he's going to fire. Again, the enemy is in cover, he's hitting me on a 15 plus, 13. Almost. So 5 suppression points. That's not enough to pin him, that's a shame, that's a shame. I'm missing just 1 action to pin him, so I can't activate this one, but yeah, I need to take care of those 2. Well, let's now activate my demolition guy over here. Let's see if he moves. If he moves, he's going to be just behind that wall, and if he throws a grenade, the grenade will land... So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, roughly 10. Roughly 10, so what's the spawn phase, visual detection, how to play the grenade between 9 and 12, it's the hard combat stat, so it's going to be a tough throw. So you know what, I'm going to fire another rocket launcher at those guys. I'm now aiming at a point on the battlefield. I'm going to aim basically over here. When you aim at a point on the battlefield, you place down a 20mm base, and if your model can see the wall base, you use the easy combat stat. So here, as you can see, I can fully see that circle, that base. So here I'm using the easy combat stat, and I have an easy of 5, so I need to roll a 5. Oh! I roll a 3. Oh. And again, I forget to first move or do something else. Ah, damn it. It's just that I'm recording that video over the course of multiple days. And of course, I always forget the error I did last time. So, for all the weapons using the frag rules, even if the shot misses its target, the ammunition still lands somewhere on the board. If the combat roll fails, roll a scatter dice to define the direction the ammunition will scatter, and roll a d6 to define the distance. So here I'm going to... Where is my scatter dice? It's here. So basically, the grenade, instead of the rocket, instead of landing over here, it will scatter. Not too bad, not too bad. It will scatter 2 inch in that direction, so 2 inch, it will scatter over here. So the first model is here, is definitely within the blast radius. This one is killed on a 7 plus. A 16, this one is killed. This one, what's the range? So 1, 2, 2.5. 2.5. Let's have a look at the rocket launcher, light 80. It has a frag 2 inch only. That means that here, I'm not within the frag range. This model is not, can't be injured. But fragmentation weapon, model that survive the explosion and model that are located within 3 inch and where the explosive lands suffer 3 suppression points. So I'm still affected by the blast of the explosion. I still receive those 3 suppression points, but well, this model receives 3 suppression points, but is not injured in any way. So that's it on this side. Now on the last remaining special force operator that is over here, he's just going to enter Overwatch. He's not going to do anything else this turn. Yeah, he's just going to enter Overwatch. He's going to wait for this cartel guy to come up on him. So that's it for my turn. No more guy to activate. We jump onto the Up 4 phase. Up 4 phase. So this one, I'm going to activate it. It's going to fire at one of the model. So 1, 2, this one, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, it will be the one in the middle. So he's going to fire. This guy is not in cover. So actually I can remove that now. It's a 7. A 7, it's again a miss. He needed to score 11 plus. So that's 1 suppression point on this guy. And now I have this Cartel Soldado. This Cartel Soldado, he can see some enemy. He can see 2 of them actually. So he's going to fire at the closest one, which is the one that is crouched. And here he scored a 6. That grants him another point of suppression, but he's not injured. Next we have that Cartel Soldado here that is not anymore in Overwatch. This one will move toward the closest of my guy, which is my gunner over here, and it's triggering its Overwatch fire. I'm using a light machine gun. I'm rolling 2 dice, and I hit this Cartel Soldado is in cover, so I hit him on the 9 plus, and yes, perfect, 10 and 11. It's enough to kill this one here. So that's it. No, that's not it. We still have one enemy unit that is over here, that spawned there, that needs to be activated. They will move toward the closest threat. The closest threat is those 2 models that are just behind here. So the Soldado will move 6 inches and he will enter Overwatch. So this one moves 6 inches and enters Overwatch. And I don't remember the Sicario. Sicario. Is there an enemy line of sight? No, use 1 action point to move up 2 things toward the closest enemy and proceed back to step 1. So yeah, he's basically using his 2 action points to do 2 move actions. So he's just, yeah, rushing a bit more toward combat. So 6 will be over here, and another 6, it arrive there. So that's it for the enemy phase. Yeah, no more enemy to activate. We can jump onto the spawn phase. Spawn phase. So first, a new group of enemies spawn automatically at the end of each turn. It's group number 4. 4, it's 1 civilian that spawn on point number 6. It's perfect. So it's basically nothing too worrisome. And then the enemy leader will call some reinforcement, and we have another 6, which is another nothing. Okay, so those spawn phase are, yeah, lucky for me. I'm lucky in those spawn phase compared to how all started in that first turn. So that's it for this turn. We can jump onto the next turn. Next turn, I need to take care of the last remaining cartel guy. So first here with my demolition guy, I'm going to move up to here. I'm going to target that guy over here. I am pretty close, so I can roll 2 dice. The enemy is in cover. I hit him on a 9. Oh, 9 plus. Okay, I missed both my shots. Perfect. I missed both my shots. So 2 suppression points still. The sniper, the rebel sniper, will again target him. 2 dice because I have a scope. And I hit him on a 15 plus, so I again miss him, but Here I'm inflicting 4 suppression points, so that's a total of 6 suppression points. That means this guy can't do anything else, he's just hiding behind the car because too much bullet start to go around him. I should have done something else. I should have used those guys here to target this one because they have him in line of sight, and I should have used this one to target this one. Because here, yeah, not a lot of people can see him. Anyway, from there, I'm going to activate this guy over here. He's going to fire at that cartel. He have 1 action point, 1 dice, hitting on a 15 plus, and it's a 5, that's a miss, so 1 suppression point. I'm going to activate that other rebel fighter here. He's going to climb on top of the wall here, so 1 inch plus another 5 on the other side. That will bring him up to here. From there, he can see the guy here, so he's going to fire, use his second action point to fire, hitting on a 9 plus, on a 15 plus, sorry. Ah, damn it. So it's another suppression point. What next? What's next? Yeah, the problem is that yeah, the 2 guys that are above here, they really don't have a line of sight on this one, so they can't help. This one, I can activate still this one, but he can't see him. Though, wait one. Oh, I will try that. Maybe I will be lucky. The local fighter, they have frag grenade. So I'm going to roll to throw with this one over here. I'm going to throw a frag grenade. So 6, 7, 8. It's almost 11. So yeah, 11, it used the hard combat stat anyway. The hard combat stat of the local fighter is 18 plus. So let's say I'm aiming just in front of the guy. It's a 6, of course. I miss the shot. The grenade will scatter. Oh, it scatters 4 inch away. That means I'm not anymore in the blast radius. If it scatters 3 inch, that means I'm still within the suppression range. But 4 inch, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The grenade lands over here. It explodes. Actually, let's have a look at the damage on vehicle. Yeah, I should have looked at that a bit earlier because with explosive weapon, I do damage on vehicle. So the grenade here do 2 penetration. Oh yeah, it's the grenade doesn't have a high penetration range, so he can't make the car explode in one go. But yeah, the grenade land and explode over here, and no damage is done on that cartel soldado and no suppression. So next, the problem is here I have a Sicario that arrives, so I need to take care of him. So here my special force, my recon operator will come over here. She's not within 6, so that's a shame. She will still... The advantage is that the Sicario is not in cover, so yeah, I have more chance. But yeah, I'm going to fire. 1 shot hitting him on a 9 plus. Yes, 18. That Sicario is killed. I'm going to take the rebel fighter. I'm going to come on the corner. Here is going to enter Overwatch. And with my last guy over here, I'm going to activate him. And I'm just going to make him go down the stairs so he will be, yeah, in the following turn able to reach the rest of the team. So that's it. So that's it for me. We can jump onto the opponent phase. Up 4, it starts with this cartel soldado. This cartel soldado can actually... Yeah, you know what? His best pick actually will be my demolition guy here, which is not in cover. I should have placed him a bit better. So he's going to fire, he's going to hit him on... Cartel Soldado, where it is? He's hitting him on a 15 plus. It's a 4, so the first shot is a miss, but he is not suppressed, so he have 2 action points. He's going to use his second action point to do another combat action, and a 10. So here 2 suppression points on my demolition. That's not enough to suppress me, which is fine. This guy here can't do anything else this turn. And on this side, this Cartel Soldado will move up to here, 6 inches. And from there, he's going to trigger the Overwatch from my Rebel Fighter. He's going to fire... I'm not within 6. Yeah, I'm still not within 6. So 1 dice hitting on a 11 plus. Oh yes, perfect. A 13. That's enough to kill that guy. So that's it. That's it for the Op 4. They don't have any more... foot on the ground, except for the guys with the leader, but they are not moving, they are staying tight, so they can call back up. So yeah, that's it for the Op 4 phase. We jump onto the spawn phase. So spawn phase, what do we have? We have a 2 again. Oh, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. A 2 is again civilian, so nothing here. Let's check the reinforcement. Reinforcement, we have some reinforcement. So a 9, it's actually 1 more enemy group. So for that new enemy group, we do the same roll. It's a 9 jumping on point number 2. A 9, it's 2 Soldado and 1 Sanguinario. So it's the gunner plus 2 Soldado spawning on point number 2. So spawn point number 2 is actually here, which is really far from where am I. So this is great. They will take a lot of turn to reach me, and I might have a chance to just exfil. We'll see. So that's it for this new turn. We can jump onto the next turn. Next turn, I'm starting with my my special force guy. So here this one will start to move down to reach the ambush location. Oops, sorry for what I'm filming. Again, it's pretty far from where am I. The two guys that are here, they will do the same. So this one will move 6 plus another 6. So they will both arrive roughly over here. So this is great. Now I can remove the suppression point here. So what's next? What's next? So my demolition guy still didn't use any... Let me think. No, first I'm going again. Sniper is going to fire at this one over here. I don't want to move because since they are all injured, if they move, they can't fire. So you can imagine they are just lying on the back of that Humvee, injured. They are maybe bleeding out. They just have their rifle, and they keep firing at that enemy to just to make that enemy stay low and just don't rush toward them. They are just firing at him to avoid getting shot at. So I'm going to pick the sniper, firing at that Cartel Soldado again. 2 dice. Oh yes, finally. 18. Here I'm killing that Cartel Soldado. Perfect. So now I'm going to... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be a bit cheeky here. I'm going to advance 6 inches, so I'm getting closer to that Cartel Soldado. I'm not in cover, but since now I am within 6 of him, I will roll 2 dice, and I hit him on a 9 plus. Yes, 16 here. It's enough to kill him. So that's it. So now all those guys, since I have one of my assaulters that is close to them, I can now control them freely. And now what I'm going to do is simply go towards a board edge. So here I'm going to pick all my rebels. They are basically now all injured. Let's remove the suppression point. I'm going to move them all 6 inches. Yeah, 3 of them are injured. But they can still... no, this one can't move since he fire. This one will move 6 and another 6 up to here, so we will cover in the following turn. And that's pretty much it. Can't do anything else. Yeah, can't do anything else, that's it. So now we jump onto the up 4 phase. Up 4 phase, the remaining of 4 model, they are here. The Cartel Soldado, they both move, then enter Overwatch. The Sanguinario, I'm not sure what he's doing. Yeah, so this one is moving 2 times, he's not entering Overwatch. So that's it. Now we jump onto the spawn phase. I don't remember how many groups did we spawn. So we spawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's, if a group spawn here, that's the last group that's going to spawn. If you remember correctly, I spawn 1 group of enemy here, 1 there, and 1 above here, plus 2 civilians. That means here, if another group spawn, that's going to be the last one that spawn. Again, if you remember at the start of the game, I roll a dice to define how many enemy group will spawn in the spawn phase, and I roll a 6. So here, it's a 9. 9 is, again, 2 Soldado and 1 Sanguinario that spawn on point number 1. Where is... Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Point number 1 is actually here. Yeah, I didn't move the dice, I forget about that one. But it's actually here. This one is a bit more problematic. Yeah, I was tempted to say, okay, let's end the game here, but no. In Haywire, reaching the extract is part of the game. So here, new enemy jump arrive just close to the extract I was aiming for. I was trying to extract from here, but yeah, that's maybe compromise for now, we'll see. Yeah, anyway, that's where the enemy group spawn. And let's see if the enemy call reinforcement. He roll a 3 again, nothing, spawn part of the reinforcement, which is great. So that's it for this turn. We can jump onto the next turn. Next turn, I think I forget in the last turn to roll for the Fog of War, so I'm just going to switch right away to a 4. And it's a 3, so no Fog of War event. So yeah, no, I have those guys that will be a pain. That will be a pain. So yeah, I'm going to change mine and I'm going to move on the back of that orange llama building here. So this one and this one, they are moving in that direction. This one here is going to move also in that direction. Frag grenade, where is my demolition? Yeah, so my demolition, you only have frag grenade, no smoke, so we can't cover our tracks. Smoke and stun, so the recon operator, this one here have a smoke grenade, so I'm going to use that. So she's going to move behind that MV here, and from there, she's going to throw... Yeah, the problem is it's a bit far where I want to throw the smoke grenade. So those guys, they will move toward the closest threat. So they will probably move here in the back. They will probably move here in the back, and that will actually get me in perfect line of sight. Well, I'm still behind cover behind the MV, but it's still going to be... Yeah, I will still need to deal with those. I'm still going to deal with those. So yeah, let's put everybody in Overwatch. So this one, Overwatch, I'm going to move this one here. This one is going to move in Overwatch. My gunner here is going to move on the back of the MV over here. Yeah. I'm just going to remember that he's injured. I'm not going to move the token all the time. Here, this one is going to move behind the wall, behind the car in Overwatch. And this one is going also... Well, the problem is here, if I move my guy here, they are all going to be... Yeah, let's move this one over here. You know what? Behind that wall, which will be fine, they are all going to fire above the car anyway. So yeah, that's it, they are all in Overwatch. I have 4 models in Overwatch. So now let's jump onto the enemy. first I'm going to activate that first Cartel Soldado is going to move 6 inches, 6 inches. He enter line of sight from my enemy, from my guy. First I'm going to trigger the Overwatch is that Cartel guy here is going to hit him on a 15 plus. And it's a 6, so that's a miss. Next I'm going to trigger the Overwatch from my Demolition. This one hits on a 9 plus. Ah, 8, damn it. And I'm not going to trigger any more Overwatch fire because the Sanguinario is more dangerous, so I want to target him next. So this one, just move. He enter line of sight of my guy, is going to fire at them. The closest one is the Demolition, is going to fire and is going to hit on a 18 plus. One dice on a 18 plus. Oh, that was close. That was a 17, one suppression point on my guy, I'm not too worried. Now I'm going to activate the Sanguinario, he's going to move up to here. Yeah, move up to here. From there he can't, oh, actually, yeah, let's just move it a bit more. So he can see. And from there, yeah, I'm going to trigger the Overwatch from my two guys on the back. First, the Rebel, hitting on a 15 plus. Oh yes, yes, 16. The Rebel managed to kill the Sanguinario. Let's remove him. And finally, the Soldado here. Yeah, the Soldado is too far to be a threat, so he's going to move and entering Overwatch. So that's it for those. Now I have still those enemies that will do some stuff. So this one is going to move 12. Those guys here going to move 6 and entering Overwatch. And yeah, so no more enemy group spawn as part of the basic spawn, but still there is some reinforcement that can be called. And is it a 17 or is it a 3? Yeah, let's say it's a 17. 17. Human shield support, so again, somebody like a Sicario is hidden in the civilian population. Since right now there is not that much an objective on the board, where do we place those? If the object location is not known, place the group in the middle of the board. So yeah, place the group in the middle of the board. The middle of the board is actually roughly this building. This building, you know what? That would mean maybe he's just getting out of that window here with some civilian just in front like that. Oh, just like perfect line of sight on my guy. Can't move anymore. Yeah, that's perfect. Ha! That's perfect. Anyway, end of the game, we jump onto the next turn. Next turn, Fog of War card on a 3. A 1, perfect. So here, I want to throw a stun grenade in that window. Just to 6, 7, 8. You know what, I'm going to first activate my recon, she's going to move. It will trigger the Overwatch while she's still in cover. So the Sicario is firing, he hit me on a 16 plus, a 14, perfect. So I'm going to keep moving, I'm going to throw a stun grenade inside the window, I land it on a 5, 5 plus, I roll a 3. The stun grenade move 4 inch, though I was aiming inside, that means the grenade land 4 inch, but it probably banged the wall inside, so let's say it still banged inside, and that guy is pinned for this turn, he can't do anything else. Now that this is done, yeah, let's... all those guys... yeah, the problem is, I still have the gunner here that is injured and that's taking forever to move. So this one is moving 6. This one is moving 6. You know what? I'm going to move this one 6 as well. This one is going to fire. He's going to, oh no, he's not, yeah, he will just stay there, and he's going to fire at the Sicario. He hits him on a, that's a tough roll. It's a 13 plus. And the problem is if I miss my roll, I'm going to kill some civilian. So yeah, let's not do that. I'm going to stay here, and I'm not. Yeah, let's actually move everybody to the board edge. So at least, yeah, I can basically extract almost everybody here. So yeah, let's do that. Let's say that all those except from my demolition, they are all extracting from the board. And I'm going to jump onto the op4 phase. The op4 phase, the gunner here moves 6, doesn't have line of sight. He keep moving until he reach here. From there, just going to stop. Those two move 6 and enter Overwatch. The Sicario here, he's stunned, he can't do anything. Yeah. Spawn phase, nothing spawn, enemy reinforcement, we have an 18, another human shield. That's something I probably want to add in the rule, that maybe if one of the support card has been draw, you can't draw a second one of the same type. Because yeah, that would be weird that there is just some human shield that pops everywhere. Same thing here, there is another one which is an Ellie sniper. That would be weird if we have like 4 Ellie sniper turning around the board. So yeah, something to add in the next update of the rules. So now that's it. Jumping on to the next turn. Next turn, just to end this a bit quicker, I'm just going to fire with my recon at that guy. I'm going to roll 2 dice, hitting on a 9 plus. Actually, not a 9 plus, yeah, it's a 13 plus, but I have a 16. So I kill the Sicario. And here, with the second action point, I'm going to move up to 6 inch up to here. Next, I have this guy here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's fire a rocket again. I still have, no, I fired all my rockets. So let's do 2 shots. 2 shots hitting on a 9 plus, and I have a 12. So here it's enough to kill that one. And yeah, basically this one will move 6 inches, this one will move 6 and enter Overwatch, let's say. And at the end of this turn, I still have some model, but nobody can reach me. Those guys will move 6 and enter Overwatch. So in the following turn, I'm just going to take everyone and extract from the board. So that's it for this mission. It didn't went as planned. Like turn 1 was very bloody, lost 3 guys, but I still managed to accomplish the mission. Among the 8 rebel fighter, 5 managed to escape, 3 injured, 2 fully healthy one. But that's still mission accomplished. I'm glad I'm not running a campaign, because I would have lost my leader, a sniper, and my support guy, which are 3 good class. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you liked that video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. And I will see you soon for the next one. Bye everyone.